live. Hi, everybody. I am Amy Carrier, and I am here today to introduce you to a very, very special guest. She'll be here with us in a few minutes. But for now, I just want to say welcome. And I want to make sure that this broadcast is working because we had some technical difficulties getting it started. So let's see what's happening. Let me know in the comments, please, if you're here and if you can hear me. We had some sound issues. We had some connection issues. So if you're here, if you can hear me, please say hello. Please give us a thumbs up. And that will help very much so I know what's going on out there in the interwebs. Okay, and if you are here, please say your name or write where you're from in the comments. Please let me know who's here, okay? And I will read your comments actually down on my iPad. The reason being, Be Live, which is a great interface that I'm using to do this today so that I can bring in my guest, it actually has some challenges. Because it doesn't let you see any more than one comment at a time on screen. So I'm going to make sure that I can see as many of your comments as possible. So hello, thank you for being here. All right, great. Seems like we've got a lot of people here. Hi, Saman Khan. Hi, Taffy. Hi, Hamza. Hello, Saman. Whoops. Let's get those comments back up here. Hamza, I'm doing well. Thank you very much. And Wakar Ahmad is from South Africa. Hi, South Africa. What other countries do we have represented here? Let's see. Man, I love this classroom so much because there are people from all over the world who come in here and join not just my live lessons, but also yesterday was Jan Roberts. The day before that was Arthi Moore. The day before that, on Friday, we had two mentor teachers teach. The first one was in the morning. That was Darren Strong. He lives in New York. And then we had Layla in Brazil later in the day on Friday. So if you are not catching all of these live lessons, live broadcasts, you are seriously missing out, okay? So make sure that in your settings for Amy Carrier's classroom, you actually click up at the top and say, see first. Yeah, say see first for your notification settings. I think that's the latest thing Facebook has done. And if you are watching this because this video has been shared elsewhere, I'm Amy Carrier, and I have founded a virtual classroom here on Facebook called Amy Carrier's Classroom. And it's a group. Anyone is welcome to join. You can go to amycarriersclassroom.com, or you can just search for it in groups on Facebook. And please, we want you. Right now, we just got 3 new countries today. People from 3 new countries. We are up to, I believe that brings us to 107 different countries in the classroom. And everyone in the classroom is encouraged to work together and learn together and network and be part of the bigger community, which is really, really exciting. And that was my dream. That's why I do this. And I, along with all of the mentor teachers, there are about a dozen of us right now, and I have 5 I'm going to be training in the next 4 to 6 weeks to bring in to teach you even more things. So this is a tremendous, tremendous place for you to come in and learn whatever you want to learn. Anything from entrepreneurship to career skills, to leadership, to self-confidence, to, oh my gosh, there are like a million things. Alex teaches cryptocurrency. Everybody likes to talk about Alex with cryptocurrency because everybody's curious about cryptocurrency. Let me see some hands, or let me see some yeses or some coins in the comments. Are you curious about cryptocurrency? I certainly was when I first talked to Alex. I'm still curious about it. And I need to make sure that we actually invite Alex. So he can come in here and tell you about all of his amazing teaching. Did it go? Did it go? For some reason, my internet is a little weird today. So anyway, thank you all for being here. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for introducing yourselves in the comments. And thank you for sharing this. Just hit share really quickly on this broadcast because I'm going to be introducing you to my virtual assistant. My virtual assistant is Saman Zahid. She is a young woman in Pakistan who has been working with me for about 6 months. And she has been actually taking care of so many things behind the scenes. So many things behind the scenes because there's so much involved in running this classroom. And Saman ends up being the only person who's paid to actually work on this classroom. That's it. So a lot of times you might get messages from her asking you a question or answering your question rather than it being me, because she steps in and she also helps to manage my team, my mentor teacher team. There's so much communication that has to happen between me and a dozen other people and then 6,100 students in the classroom. She helps me out with all of that, which is wonderful. So let's take a look at the comments, and please, please, please share this. We want as many people as possible, not to just learn about the classroom, but also to learn today how you can become a virtual assistant, which Saman Zahid, when she comes in here, you will hear from her. This was actually her dream job. And she just recently graduated, and she wanted to do something where she could work online, use her computer skills, and work from home. I think a lot of people in the world want to do that. And I think it's a really brilliant thing that she and I are developing together. And almost no one knows the amazingness that happens behind the scenes between me and Saman. We talk Monday through Friday, several times during the day, and we make sure that things get done. So let me look back at the comments. Tell me who's here. Where are you from? Hi, Yusuf. How are you? Mohammed Rajput says, how? How what, my friend? How what? That's a question I can't answer. Rafia Arshad says, I'm a radio broadcaster. How can I start working online? Aha. And Malik, how are you? Mian Khan, thank you. Nice to see you here. So who has invited a friend to watch this video? And by the way, my virtual assistant, Saman Zahid, is actually in Pakistan. So I am very, very happy to be employing and empowering a young Pakistani woman to have the job of her dreams and make a difference in the world at the same time. So if you know anyone who is perhaps a young woman in Pakistan or just someone who's interested in working online, get them into this broadcast today. Make sure you invite them. We will only be here for 45 more minutes, and I will introduce you to Saman, and you can ask all the questions you have about working virtually. Okay, let me take a look at the comments again. Thank you guys so much. So many comments. Kashish, hello, Kashish. How are you? So great to see your name here. Arshad Khan, I like you too, my friend. Mian Khan says, I'm from Pakistan living in the SWAT. What is the SWAT, my friend? Please help me understand that. And Rafia Arshad says, I'm not young, but I have time and I would like to work virtually. My dear, young is a state of mind. So I think you should write a new comment that says, I'm as young as I want to be. Hey, I'm as young as I want to be. Nobody needs to know my age. Some people do, most people don't. I'm probably older than you think. But in my heart, in my soul, I'm young. And believing that you're young and working like you're young and being committed to something like it's so important to you and you're young and energetic enough to do it, that will make all the difference in the world, not just for you, but also, oh, hold on one second. So I am talking to Saman Zahid virtually right now because This is the amazing thing. I'm about to interview her in a few minutes, but she's still problem solving for me behind the scenes. Someone, I don't see another login. Did you request another Facebook? Is that what you're saying? So let's see in the comments. Oh, she said she hasn't been able to share. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, so let's do this, my friends. Saman Zahid is actually having technical difficulties right now, and that's okay. We are going to help her out, and we are going to bring her in. So, Saman, are you ready to come in and go live with me? Just let me know. You can send me a message if you'd like, and as soon as I see that, I will bring you in. Let's see. Now, I'm really curious to know in the comments, has anyone here ever worked as a virtual assistant before? Or has anyone here ever worked virtually before? She's showing me something. Okay, hold on. Hold, please. Uh-oh. Starting to sing. You guys are hearing me sing. That's crazy. So, let's see. Someone, why don't you send me a message through WhatsApp so I know exactly what's going on? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'll let you in. Now, I've shared it almost everywhere, so I want you to just come into the live broadcast, okay? And just let me know when you're ready to do that. Hey, Bertola, how are you? So we are having some serious technical difficulties, but that's okay. We will persist and we will get through this. I do want to make sure that I share this in one place. So now I'm still waiting. Someone just wrote the word. Okay, so Kashish has worked remotely. Can you tell us what you did when you worked remotely? Rafia, tell me in the comments, guys, if you've worked remotely, and then I will, we will get your comments up on screen. Okay, so Saman Zahid is ready, and I'm very happy to introduce her. So let me bring her on screen, folks. Hold on. Here we go. Saman, everybody. Woo, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
How are you?
I'm good. I just want to know, can you hear me? Because we've been having so much internet trouble today, and
Oh, no.
that's the thing working virtually is that you can control any technical difficulty except for the internet issue.
That's true.
That you cannot control.
And, you know, it's kind of comical that today, when we're doing the first live broadcast that you and I do together to introduce you to the world, introduce you to the classroom, that it's not working. And I'm even having a hard time sharing it myself. I don't know what is going on. But hello, Saman. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you, Amy. I'm good.
Good.
Thank you so much for interviewing me. Although I'm the one who is like assisting you when you go live, so it's kind of different today. It's good. It's a good difference.
Yes, it's a little bit different today. That's true. Now, the fact that it's different is a hard time. The fact that it's different is just different. Not bad. Not. There's nothing wrong with it. And I first want to say thank you so much, because I know that this was tricky, because someone was in the background doing all of this, sharing everything, doing what she does every single Monday when I go live. So Saman, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
So I'd like you to tell us about yourself, please.
I am Saman Zahid, and I actually do all the behind the scenes work in any careers classroom. And if you see your member request getting approved, that's me. If getting your posts approved, that's me. When you saw those testimonial videos, that was me and Amy actually. She actually guided me through it, and I did that work. If she didn't guide me, I would have been lost, in between that editing. So it's not just me. Amy helps me through. And you need everyone needs an Amy in her or his life who
Oh my
boosts your content. So thank you for doing that. Even though she knew that I have some social interaction issues, I'm not the very kind of a social interactive person. I do not work good with people around me, so many people around me. So that's where Amy came in, and she helped me go through all those difficulties. So yes,
Well,
you
you
actually
have
need
done.
an Amy in your.
Thank you for saying that. You have done an outstanding job, for the record. I just have to say, and
Thank you.
it's been a great pleasure doing this with you. And what I'm trying to do at this very moment is share, and it doesn't seem like we can. Someone, can you send this video to Rehan through Messenger? That way he has it, because
Yeah.
I know he wants to see this today. And so thank you for saying that, my dear. What you all out there need to know is that Saman and I have become a well-oiled machine. And what I mean is that we work together very, very well now. And I think what she was just saying is that it's helpful to work for someone who actually boosts you up, lifts you up, gives you encouragement and positive feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And since I said that I'm not that kind of social interactive person, but you need to do something that's out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of thing in every job, I think, that you have to do something that's not your forte, not your
Mm-hmm.
cup of tea, but even if it's not your cup of tea, you have to drink it just so you can get that boost again. And
That's
it
right.
helps, thinking out of the box, doing something out of your comfort zone, it helps a lot. Professionally, personally, it really helps. I have been giving interviews, I think, since January to Amy, but it was those kind of interviews when you know that it's just Amy and you, so you don't have to be nervous. But when I knew when Ijaz Qureshi interviewed me,
Mm-hmm.
I knew I would mess up because I knew certain people were watching me, and that's the thing about us Pakistanis, that we get nervous that people might judge us. So I had that nervousness that, okay, don't mess it up, don't say something that's not according to what was asked to you. But
Mm.
she was there again, and she was bucking me up. She was giving me all the cheers that I needed. So yeah, that's the kind of a thing that's the difference between a boss and a leader. And she's not just a boss. She's everything. Like, she's the leader. She takes everyone with her. She's not just like, okay, I have to do everything, or she's not like, okay, you guys don't do anything. She just gives you every you know drop of confidence you need in life, and every kind of cheering you need just to go through that difficult time. And she knows that I'm doing something that I'd never done before, and I never thought that I'd do it. And web developing, and she knew it. I'm just a beginner in it, and she was sending me messages. Yes, you can do it. Yes, I know you can do it, and you just need that kind of cheering that gets you through life. So thank you so much, Amy. You
Oh my
don't just have to thank me, because if you weren't there, I would have never been able to do all those things that I do for the classroom.
God. Wow. Well, thank you for saying all of that. Really. Wow. For me, it's such a pleasure because you are open and willing to learn and grow, and you're also creative. And I feel like I have a counterpart. I mean, you know more about this classroom than anybody else on the planet other than me, right? So, you know, it's it's one thing to kind of do work and do it alone and just kind of progress through your day, but it's another thing entirely when your work gets so big and then you're the only person doing it. It can get isolating, it can get lonely, it can get overwhelming,
Yeah.
it can get stressful because, you know, a lot, you know this because you see my messages, a lot of people write to me all the time, just constantly. And hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people ask for just 5 minutes of my time. I don't give it to anybody. That's why I started the classroom. But if you can imagine that I do this as a volunteer. I'm telling everybody out there, I don't get paid to do this. No one gets paid to do this with the exception of Saman. And Saman is with us because she is funded by the Rehan Foundation. And he believes in what I'm doing with the classroom. So he just decided he was going to fund this position, which is wonderful. And I do want to tell you the story that we went through to actually get someone. But for now, I just want to say thank you for your kind words and thank you for being the other piece, the really big piece of the team that runs Amy Carrier's classroom. It's really.
Thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you so much for the kind words.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I actually want to take a look at the comments really quickly because it looks like they're scrolling by fast. Hello, Celine. How are you? Alex is here. Let's see. So you're all hearing from someone what it's like to work not just on the classroom, but work with me. And Kashif Khan says, "Someone be confident. She won't hurt you." Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I have to say, first of all, she's incredibly confident. I'm very, very proud of her. And she already knows I'm not going to hurt her. I just thought that was a funny comment.
Actually, at the start of the job, I used to fear her, but then she, made me comfortable. You don't need to be scared of me, and she wouldn't even hurt a fly. So why would I be scared of her?
It's the truth.
I was afraid of her when we first started the job because she has so much experience in this field that I used to get afraid. Okay, what should I do? If I messed up something or Amy is very precise about details. So if I leave a detail in anything, in any graphic or any video, she used to tell me, okay, this is the thing that doesn't need to be here. So I used to get afraid that, okay, I just left a detail and I sent this thing to Amy to review, and what should I do now? And she would, calm me down. Okay, why are you getting afraid of me? So this is the kind of thing, when the other person is saying that I'm not going to hurt you, then why are you getting afraid of me? So she doesn't hurt anyone.
No.
She's so kind and she's so comforting that you want to impress her.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. There are two things I want to say. Number one is you're actually right. I wouldn't hurt a fly. When I get flies in my house, sometimes I name them. I'm just like, hey, George, what's going on? Because I believe that all life is equal. But
yeah.
The other thing is, you and I have talked about this, and there is a culture in your country, and there's also a culture in my country of people fearing their bosses. And
yeah.
I want to change this because it's not right. If you are afraid of your boss or your supervisor or the company that you work for, you're not going to perform and open creatively and be excited about your work. You're always going to be shut down into this tiny little fearful space. So we talked about that really early on. And I said, well,
Yeah.
you don't have to be afraid of me. Not, like really nothing. It doesn't matter what comes up. So, and you said Amy has very close attention to details, and it's true. And this is how
Yeah.
Summer and I have actually gotten to know each other's work styles. You know, she would produce something, and I would say, "This is great, but here are the issues with it." And then we would get into the details of what needed to be fixed. And then she brought up the example of the testimonial videos. We have 9 of you, members of the classroom, who completed testimonial videos about what you gained, what you've learned in the classroom. And they were made by someone. Like it's been amazing what she's been able to produce for the classroom. So thank you, someone, really.
Thank you, Amy. So that's the thing. I learned so much from her that I learned communication skills. That's the first thing that I learned from her, communication skills. The way she communicates with me, I know, okay, that's the way to communicate with other people as well. You don't need to, hurt their feelings. If you find some issues with their thing, that's where she came in. If there was something wrong with my piece that I sent her to review, she would say, "Yeah, that's great. That's actually very well done. But here's the thing that I'd like for you to have in it." So she won't say that, "Okay, I don't like this." She won't say that. She won't hurt your feelings. She would just say, "This is what I'd like this thing to have." Like if there's a color issue, she would say, "I'd like it in white." So this is how you communicate with people. You don't hurt their feelings. You just straight up tell them that, okay, because you have to know that people work hard in something. You don't have to hurt their feelings. You just have to, say just 2 words of praise. That's just you have to do. Just say that, okay, you've done a very good job because they've worked hard on it. But you can just tell your opinion, but never hurt anyone's feelings.
Yes.
So that's the thing I learned from her.
Good. And, someone I'll tell the viewers that I've actually said to you that I want to help you to spread this work style that you and I have to other people in Pakistan, to other young women and to other bosses, other supervisors. They will learn by watching this video. They just will. So, I think we're getting some comments. So let me take a look. Usman Ghani, hello, how are you? He says, absolutely, what you're saying is right. Rafia Arshad says, such an inspirational journey. That's wonderful. Karam, how are you? He gave us a thumbs up. Layla is giving you more feedback. She says the testimonial videos were beautifully edited, and it makes the interview so
Thank you, Layla.
easy. You make the interviews so easy, someone.
Yeah, so she's the charm.
We love Layla. Layla's like, boom. It took me 10 months to get Layla to come teach in the classroom. But I actually want to know who here has seen any of the videos that have been made for Amy Carrier's classroom. There are 9 testimonial videos. And then someone made biography videos for all of the mentor teachers. How many of those videos do we have?
There are 9 as well.
There are 9. So she made 18 videos. All of them you can find either in Amy Carrier's classroom. They're each in their own folders or albums, I guess. So you can go to the classroom and then there's a tab that says albums. Go there and you'll be able to watch all 9. You'll be able to hear from other people who are members of the classroom, and you'll be able to learn from who's teaching in the classroom. Why are they teaching? What are they teaching? And all of those mentor teacher bio videos, it's great the way she set it up. There's a quick 60-second intro where it's the mentor teacher telling you the overview of what they teach. And then there's a break in the video that says, if you want to learn more about this teacher, continue watching this video. So if you only have 1 minute, you can get all the information you need in 1 minute. If you want to know more about Arthi Moore, for example. You can continue to watch her video. She's amazing, and I highly recommend that everybody watch Arthi Moore's video and all of the other mentor teacher videos. So
you're giving me all the credit. That was actually Amy's idea to add that 60-second video, and I went with it. So she's just giving me all the credit for it. Yeah, teamwork.
Right.
That this interview is actually turning into the kind of relationship you want with your boss.
Yeah.
And the employee and boss. It's kind of the interview that's turning into the relationship between what kind of relationship you need to have with your boss.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think people can learn from it.
Yeah.
The bosses can learn from her how you have to treat your employees.
Thank you for saying that. And I learned long ago. I remember the first time I saw someone say, I remember the person, and it was a long time ago, and he was commending all of the volunteers who came in and did just little pieces of the work. And he said, no, you did it. You did it. And I knew how much work this man had done. So I'm thinking, well, he's really done most of the work. But I observed, and this was a learning opportunity for me, I observed what happened when he gave all the credit to the people who were helping him. And what it did is it kept them all coming back and all committed to the mission. And, I always thought that I felt that way inside and that I did that, but it made me conscious of this. How am I actively communicating with the people who work with me and support me? How am I making them feel that without them, we wouldn't be here? We wouldn't be successful. And that is the truth. Yes, I told Saman, let's do the 60-second clips, but Saman is the one who did all the interviews, edited all the interviews, and then made all the videos, edited all the videos, listened to all of my feedback, and then went back and made all the small changes that I asked her to make. So from my perspective, she made the videos. Even if I had the basic ideas of what I wanted the videos to be, she still made them. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, I worked the editor.
What's that?
I worked through the editor, you were the provider, and I, just produced them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's teamwork. It's teamwork.
Teamwork, yes. When my niece was really little, I think she was 7, she said to me, we were on a video call once, and she showed me, she collects horses. So all of her horses were in a circle, and she had strung a necklace of hers around this group of horses. And she said, look, Auntie, teamwork makes your dream work. And I'm like, yeah, teamwork makes your dream work. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So it's all about teamwork. Everything is. So let me take a look at the comments here. Let's see. Let's put this one up. Who's the new one? Naeem. Naeem, where are you? Show gratitude even for the small things. So we've got this one. Taffy says, show gratitude even for the small things done by your team. Great example, Amy. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm seeing a comment down here. Remember I told you I'm looking at my tablet at the same time because, hi, Umar Farooq Mufti, how are you? Because it's a little tricky with BeLive. They don't let you see almost any of the comments. Let's see. So while I'm looking for the comments here, this is the one I want. Okay. So this one says, good job. Really appreciate your, whoops. Naeem, it's cutting off again. So Naeem Abdul Aziz Kanji says, good job. Really appreciate your act for us in support of Pakistan. You're welcome. I think now our children must learn from you all. Such a nice impression you have made. Well, thank you, Naeem, very much. Yeah. Do you want to say anything to Naeem, someone?
Thank you so much, Naeem. Thank you so much for the kind words. And yes, it's not just my it's not just my job. It's I think everyone is doing something for the positive image of Pakistan, and I think everyone needs exposure for that. And we have the lack of exposure. That's the thing.
Yeah. I just started laughing because Motion Khan, he said, put your glasses on because I'm all up in the screen. Okay, you're right. My glasses were on top of my head. Excellent point. Ramiz Akram, we are talking about virtual assistant. This is Saman Zahid. He is my virtual assistant for Amy Carrier's classroom. And we are having a conversation about that, what that means for her, what she has to tell anybody else who wants to work as a virtual assistant. So it's a great idea for you to write your questions in the comments below, okay? And let's see, what else do we have here for comments? Give credit where credit is due. Rafia Arshad. Rafia, this is your first time you need to join the classroom, okay? Join the classroom, go to amycarriersclassroom.com and join us, okay? Motion, do you feel better now that I put my glasses on? And I'm not squinting. Welcome, it's a team. Let's see, I'm trying to scroll. Welcome, it's teamwork, and he appreciates, Naeem appreciates everyone. Excellent, thank you so much. So any other questions for me, for someone, about this concept of working as a virtual assistant? Helping someone, in our case, someone lives 7,000 miles away from me. And she's right now 9 hours behind me, time-wise. So for me, it's 1:41 p.m. and for her, it's 10:41 p.m. And soon enough, time will change and she'll be 10 hours ahead of me. So, but do you want to talk about that? How do you manage your schedule, someone? How do you do this? Like, what's it look like on your end to be my assistant?
Yeah, it's actually great. I start my work day at 4 p.m. Pakistan time, and that's I think 7 a.m. in New York.
Sorry.
And it's actually a bit late, when everyone's finishing their work hours in Pakistan. I'm the one starting my work hours here. So it's strange, because it's strange as in people actually get home at 3 p.m. Pakistan time or 5 p.m. Pakistan time, and then they have all the time they need. And I'm the one who's sleeping till 12 p.m. The next day or 11 a.m. And and when I wake up, I'm like, I don't know what's going on in the world. So and then I, get freshen up till 1 p.m. You guys would say, okay, she's so lazy, but that's not laziness. I get off work at 1 a.m. and then it takes me like 3 a.m. to sleep. So, the sleep, it just doesn't come like when you want it to come. So it takes me like 3 a.m. or 3:30 a.m. to sleep, and then I have to wake up. I try to wake up early, but I can't because, I'm so exhausted. And we think that, okay, she's just sitting all the time in front of a laptop. It's not just, physical exhaustion that makes you tired. It's your mind exhaustion as well. So yes, because it's all just concentration and laptops, and I have to do everything that needs mind exhaustion. So yes, it makes me tired, and then well, it's different, but I like it. It's a good different.
Good.
It's like we talked before this interview.
Yeah,
and, it's a good.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and everyone. I mean, if we all work, we have to work some hours and sleep other hours, and then rest other hours. So it's just a matter of how you organize your time and your day. And if you do want to be a virtual assistant, and it's with someone in another part of the world, you will have to shift your hours so that you can work with that person. Yeah. Now, the interesting thing is, for me, I actually work very late at night also. but that would mean that I would have to have someone up until like 8 a.m. her time, which I'm not going to do. So I've had to adjust my work to start earlier in the day, the work focused on the classroom, and then I do the rest of my work that pays my bills later in the day until midnight sometimes. So we have a question here from Asif Darani. It says, your job is good. I would like to understand. You are a specialist in which things? So I will ask you about that. Can you tell us what your specialties are, what your skills are, Saman?
I developed my skills when I started this job, I would add, because I was inexperienced. This is my first job not just as a virtual assistant, as an employee. This is my first job. And I was intermediate in some things and a beginner in some things. So and Amy actually encouraged that because she said that my eagerness and my potential actually got me this job because she knows that I was a beginner or an intermediate. I say this everywhere that I edited my first video and sent that to Amy in Windows Movie Maker, and that's the orthodox editor,
Yeah.
video editor, and she liked it. And she then interviewed me, and I actually, just for this job, I learned how to do video editing. I didn't know anything about video editing. I didn't know how to put subtitles in the videos. And I learned that just because this job was perfect for me. And she liked it. She liked my movie maker video and she called me up for the interview. So video editing, research, communication skills, web developing just came in, and I like that. No problem at all. I just like web developing. I don't know I would do it, but it's something new, interesting, scary, but it's a good scary as well. So web developing and project management of the classroom. So there are many things like not just big tasks, but small tasks as well. Like deal with this person or make this comment or connect with this person. So these are the small things, and managing the classroom, editing videos, doing some research about websites or anything, and web developing. These are the big things. So you can say that it's all about computers, this job.
Yeah, it's all
So these are
technology, web-based, right?
yeah.
But well, let me correct that. So that's the tool. That's how we communicate what we do. But I just put another question up on the screen. Maybe you can answer this as well. What are the requirements to be an assistant? And before you answer that, I just want to say that that first video that you made, there were two things that struck me. And I had spent months trying to find somebody for this position because it was actually given to me 6 or 7 months before I hired you, before I found you. And you demonstrated two really important things. So this is my answer to the question on screen, and then I'll let you answer. You demonstrated confidence. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm choking on the word confidence.
Yeah. So yeah,
she had confidence, and then she was also eager. Like I asked her for something, she produced it as soon as she could. All communication, everything. There were no gaps in time. There were no games. There was nothing that made me feel suspicious. And I had experienced that with some other people I had interviewed for the position. So I highly recommend that you think about those particular ways of communicating yourself when you're applying for a virtual assistant job. But why don't you answer this question from Anila?
So requirements are, yes, confidence and persuasion. You need to persuade the person that you can do it, and then show them that you can do it and you will do it, and just show what you can do, because if you say, yeah, I can edit some Nas Daily kind of videos, and then you can't even produce a simple video, which doesn't even require subtitles, then you're just simply lying. Just tell them the truth. Just say, okay, I'm not experienced in some things, but I will do it. I will learn it, and then I'll do it. Just tell them that you're a learner, and this is, I think that's a requirement. And I think this was the job that I didn't know what a virtual assistant was, but when I read all the duties and requirements that the skills that I needed to have, this was the kind of job that I've been looking for all my life. Like, it's like my dream job. So this is, yes, Amy is right. You need to have eagerness. You need to have confidence. I think I showed confidence and eagerness because I knew, okay, it's just me and Amy talking. So yeah, I can't mess this up, and people are not watching me. And so this is the thing. You need to show them what you can do. Not and do not lie. Lying wouldn't take you anywhere. It would just make a bad impression of you in front of that person, and that would just mess up your professional life if you because you you need to be in good books of many people, make connections, uh, have confidence, have potential. Yes, potential as well. I was actually thinking of the word. Okay, what was that word? I was actually remembering this. So you need to have potential. You need to have confidence. You shouldn't lie, and yes, eagerness as well.
Absolutely. You should never, ever, 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 ever lie. Talking to you in the audience. Never lie, because you can never come back from a lie. In your professional life, it will, that's it. It's over. I've had experience with someone lying to me, and that was it. I was done. Because if I bring you into my work, my team, I trust you. And someone knows this. She's involved in a lot of things that are completely confidential, a lot of communication where I tell her what's going on, but she can't talk about it to anybody. I have to trust anybody I'm working with 100%. And the instant that anyone would lie to me, and I always find out when people lie to me. First of all, I can feel it. Second of all, you just don't lie, because you will be found out. And once you are, you'll be let go. That's just my policy. I don't mind mistakes. I am happy to coach and mentor and work with people. But if you lie to me, that means you are not a trustworthy person. So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, because I hear, because many people, when they say, okay, when I asked people, okay, what should I do in the interview, and they just say, yeah, just tell them this, tell them that, and many people actually lie on their resumes. Many people lie on their interviews. So what would you do if you get the job and you can't do that thing?
Right.
Then what would you do?
Right.
What would you say to the person who you're working with or who you're working for? Like, you lied about that thing and you can't do it. So that would just mess up the career.
And that's your reputation. So it's not like, yes, you'll lose your job, but you'll also lose your reputation. You won't be able to get another job because people know that you're a liar, and you will have to tell during an interview why you left your last job. So you always want to stay up high. There's a great quote, which it's only mildly relevant for this, but I love it. Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. So if you ever have friends telling you to do something low, like lie, just go high. Go high. Always choose to be the best possible version of yourself in every situation. And you will get so much further by admitting your own humility. That means admitting when you don't know something, asking for help. If you make a mistake and you feel like you need to acknowledge it, trust that, apologize. That goes very, very far. So we have a comment here from, let's see if it comes on screen. There are so many of you. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so this is Asif Durrani says, where will you get the confidence? Where does that come from? you have an answer for that, someone?
It just comes. I don't know how it comes, but it just comes when I think that, and it's just my thinking that if you love something and you're getting the opportunity to do that thing, and that opportunity is right in front of you, and you need to do anything to get that, then I think the confidence just overcomes your nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when it happens. It just comes within you. No one will teach you how to have confidence or just overcome lack of confidence, because when you want something, the the need of that thing will give you confidence. You will do, and if you do it the right way, then of course the confidence will overcome you. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
think
it.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, it's a
So
great way.
so even and if there is someone who's telling you that it's going to be all right, it's going to be okay, you need to calm yourself down. Then and then when you do something that impresses that person, I think that's your confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see a comment I actually want to put up if I can. So one of them, no, see, they just pop by so fast. Where is it? Ramiz Akram. He says, confidence comes from taking failures lightly, I guess. So yeah, you want to learn from your failures. Don't let them destroy you and make you feel like nothing. Failure, I talk about failure a lot in Amy Carrier's classroom. And again, if you're not a member, go join right now. It's just a group on Facebook. You can go to amycarriersclassroom.com. But failure is just an opportunity to learn. Failure is not something that you walk around with on your head. Oh, I failed. The rest of my life, I'm a failure. If you think that's the case, then everybody's a failure. I'm a failure. I've failed so many times, but that's how I learned so much. So much. So stop with the failure thing. And let's see. Ramiz says, think a little less. It's getting tricky to put these up on screen. Kashish says, confidence automatically comes when one stops, what does that say? Bothering about what other people, negative people in particular, will think. Yes, that is definitely part of the recipe. What do you think, Saman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
agree with her.
yeah, I totally think that's it. I mean, confidence, we could do a whole lesson just on how to build your confidence. And I do want to say one thing. Everybody has gifts within them. And we go through life and go through education systems and families and, political environments and everything else that tells us, and I'm also going to add in just the economies tell us that we're not enough. We have to wear this particular kind of clothing, have this kind of watch, have this kind of car. None of those things are real. They're all external messages that are being marketed to you. And once you realize that, and you realize that you are actually so incredibly valuable with the skills and the gifts that you were born with, that feel like they're inside of you no matter what, that is what makes you valuable, and that is where you need to see your value. And once you see your own value, that's where your confidence is found. Okay? I know that by asking all these other mentor teachers and then myself also creating the space for this, that I'm bringing value to other people's lives. That helps me to have the confidence that I need to keep going because I know I'm helping people. So, Saman, I really think we could do a whole show just on that.
This question wasn't asked by the right kind of person, because I lack confidence a lot. But for this job, I don't know where it came from, but it just came because I knew I needed this job. It's the right job for me, and it just came from somewhere. And I'm not really confident person. In real life, if you ask someone, they would just say, okay, she's timid, she's shy, she's not very confident. But for this job, I don't know what happened, but I knew I need this job and it's my dream job, and I have to do everything the right way to get this job. And that's where the confidence just came.
Well,
So I just told you the answer from my experience, but what Amy said is actually true, and you need to listen to her, not me.
You should listen to both of us, actually, because I can talk until, the end of time about so many things, but it's the conversation, and it's you all witnessing this. That we didn't make this up. There's no script. I told Saman we were just going to talk. Didn't even want to send her questions ahead of time. I said, we're just going to come on and talk about what it's like to work together so that other people can see this. And, Saman, I do think you said you don't know how you got the job. I know how you got the job. And I want to just encourage people to use your networks, because that is where you will find opportunities. It's where you'll find the people who can help you. It's how we all help each other. If you are not actively helping someone else, then you're not contributing to the value of your network. And you can't expect to receive something in this world if you are not giving something of yourself as well. And I ask a lot of people, because I know if I ask them and I help them to understand why they're helping a particular person, or why they're coming into my classroom and teaching live 1 hour a week as a volunteer, I make sure that they understand that this is them helping other people. And that is, you've probably heard that term, it's karma, right? So what you give to the world, you get back. Now, don't ever set out to do something because you want all the rewards that you're going to get from it. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. And in your heart, you have to do this thing or help this person or create this project, whatever it is. Just do it because it's the right thing. And then, as long as you are a good person with high integrity and you have good values, all of the resources that you need to support you will come to you. Just like Saman. She got this job because I was, after months of not being able to find a good candidate for this position, I said, okay, I have to ask another person I know and trust in Pakistan. And that was Hassan Arshad. And Hassan is another mentor teacher here in the classroom. And I said, Hassan, I have this job. It's specifically for someone in Pakistan. I would love to hire a young woman in Pakistan to do this work with me. I want to mentor a young woman. I want to help her build her career. And he said, I have an idea. And then he said, my younger sister knows da 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 da. And that's how it all happened. So it's about networking.
And it's basically the half part of Hassan Arshad, and mostly I think it was my friend, his younger sister Naya Arshad, who posted about this job in her own personal profile, and she asked me, "Do you know video editing? Do you know this? Do you know that?" And I was like, "I don't know anything about video editing. I just edited in." I edited a video for her a week ago before she actually came up with this question, and it was on an app on the phone. And she asked me, "Do you know video editing?" And I was like, "No, I do not." And I was actually afraid that, okay, she's an American lady and she would be so precise about everything. She won't give me any chance. She would say, okay, she doesn't know anything. Why would she give me a job? And she just said, just go for it. So she gave me confidence, and I think this is what friends are for. And then Hassan Arsha, he came up and he said, okay, you don't have to be afraid of her. So many people actually told me, you don't have to be afraid of her. She won't do anything of that sort. And then when I met you, and Amy just started talking to me like about the weather. When we first talked, it was winter, and she just started talking to me about the weather, and we were waiting for Hassan Arshad to come up and introduce us, and that was just a meet and greet, and it was an amazing meet and greet because all those perceptions, all those misunderstandings were clear about her, because I was actually thinking, okay, that's actually kind of the prejudice that's been made about Americans in Pakistan, that okay, they're scary people. They will say this, they will say that, they will see a lot of details, but she wasn't like that at all. She was a totally different person, and I think not everyone is the same. Everyone is their own person. So
exactly.
yeah.
Everybody's
So
different.
yeah, and I was actually afraid of the interview. Like, what would I say? I don't know anything about video editing, and I had just edited that video in Windows Movie Maker, and I would know that okay, I just made a video in that orthodox editor that no one actually works with anymore, and I knew okay, I'm going to fail this interview, but I got the job. So you can see that inexperience doesn't get you experience doesn't get you jobs. Confidence does. Eagerness for that job, eagerness for that particular thing, and having a wonderful boss.
Yes, and a willingness to learn. That's huge. So a lot of people avoid applying for jobs because they feel like, well, I haven't done all of these things. You don't have to have done all of these things, but can you demonstrate your willingness to learn, teach yourself, and learn quickly? And that was something that Saman was willing and able to do. And it wasn't easy. I remember her early days. She was pretty stressed out. And I said, all right, we need to get on the phone because you do not need to be stressed out. Let's talk. Don't be stressed out by this. You will get through this. There's nothing that you can do wrong. I've already hired you. I have already decided to mentor you. As long as you keep trying, long as you keep teaching yourself and keep growing, everything's going to be fine. And that's what happened.
And because of the boost that she gives you, you want to impress her. Like I said before, you want to impress her. She actually sent me messages today that about the web developing, that okay, you can do this. I know you will do it. And when I did that thing, and she said that okay, I'm working on something else and we won't be able to talk today much, and I just wanted to send her the message, okay, I did it. And she actually gets so excited, yeah, I knew you could do it. So you want an Amy in your life that will take you through all the hurdles of your life and will just give you that boost and confidence. She actually gives me the confidence that I need. So I think everyone should, all the bosses that are watching, I hope they are watching, they should learn from her, how she works with things, how she treats other that work under her. So I think they should watch and they should learn. And I think and I want all of you who are watching, to share this video to your boss, with your bosses, and tell them to, act like her, learn something from her, and not boss you around every time.
That's awesome. Oh, thank you. So we are pretty much at time, but I will put one question up here that I do want you to answer. And I know we've talked a little bit about this, and you and I have a plan. Your parents don't speak English, but I'm going to meet your parents and talk to them about what you do and how valuable you are to me. And I want to know also what Layla's asking. So her question is, Saman, did you get any resistance or worries coming from your family or friends when you accepted an online job?
It wasn't the kind of worry like you're working for someone you don't know. It was kind of worry that, okay, just make sure that it's not a scam. And whoever I shared this with, they were all just telling me to just check, just research about it, that if it's a scam or not, if they would take all the work and would not pay you. So I just talked simply to Amy that I'm having this trouble, and she just told me that it's okay. It's not the kind of thing that others do, because there was a friend of mine who actually told me that her sister did an online job, and it was for a software company, and she created codes for them, and they didn't pay her. They cut off all the contacts with her and connections with her, and she just didn't get paid. So yes, this was the kind of worry that I had to go through. Otherwise, it's the perfect job for Pakistani women because you're working from home. Like it's the perfect job. Your skills are getting utilized, and you're working from home, the comfort of your home. You don't have to go outside, and so this wasn't the kind of resistance or worry that I had to go through because, as I said, it's the perfect job for Pakistani women. Like many of my friends actually asked me about my job, and they actually told me to tell them whenever an online job comes in the market. So, and if what I do has any other employees being, employed, or any other people working in the same field, and I just told them to wait. I just
Yeah.
told them to wait because, and I told them that I will tell them about any other job that opens up. And so yeah, I think all the Pakistani girls and women want to do this job, this kind of job.
Yeah.
And not just in Pakistan, I think it's the perfect job for every woman all across the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Hassan Arshad just popped in. Hi, Hassan. And I think that's a good, Hassan, you just gave me my closing message here, which is that it's all about your network. So when someone said, just wait, I think she's saying, like, have faith, have trust, be confident that you will find opportunities. But the way you find them is by building your network. And one of the first and best ways you can build your network right now is in my virtual classroom. So go to amycarriersclassroom.com right now, because right now I have 12 mentor teachers who are from all around the world, and they're all very successful people doing their own work. And they're paying attention. They answer all of your questions. So they're here to teach you. But this is also a great way for you to show them who you are, what your skills are, and demonstrate your personality and your trustworthiness. And that will help you to end up on someone's radar screen if they are looking to hire a virtual assistant. And it's not just my mentor teachers that I'm talking about. The classroom is full of people from all over the world. Some are very successful, and you want to just build your network. So, Kashish Arfat, by the way, she shows up to almost all of my live broadcasts, and she asks really intelligent questions. She shows me what she's all about. So if I had another position that was open, I would probably contact her, and I would say, okay, Kashish. And I've actually had a long phone call with Kashish as well. So you have to build your relationships, build your network, make sure people know you and trust you and like you. So build your network, use Facebook for good, come in, be a part of Amy Carrier's classroom. I just put the link up on the screen for you. It's a group here on Facebook. You have to answer 3 questions. One of them tells us where you're from, which is really, really important because, like I said, we just got people from 3 more countries today. Saman, what are those 3 countries, the new ones?
It's Benin and Ivory Coast, and another one that I just forgot the name of. It starts from S. Let me just check it.
Okay.
Because people should know that we're so global that we have members from 100 plus countries now.
Yeah.
So
I think these 3 make it 107 countries today.
Suriname. It's Suriname or Suriname. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, it's the new country.
This is also an example. This is what I used to do when it was just me running this classroom in my spare time. And now we can grow so big because Saman takes care of all these things. She has the master list of all of the countries. She makes sure that everyone who applies to join the classroom, you have to answer all 3 questions. Number 1 is, do you have a Facebook profile photo and your name written in English? You have to say the word yes. And if your name is not written in English, we will not approve you. If you don't have a photo, we will not approve you. You can easily fix both of those things. Number 2 is what country are you from? And number 3 is, are you willing to, I might have these questions wrong because I think we changed them recently, but
yeah, it's how did you learn about the classroom?
How did you hear about the classroom? That's right, is number 1. And then the others are, do you commit to speaking only in English in this classroom? And we don't talk about religion or politics or anything. We are just united as human beings. It doesn't matter where we're from. We're all here to learn the same skills and to build our careers and our futures in a way that fulfills us. That's my dream for everybody. So thank you everyone for watching. Saman, do you have a closing thought or anything you want to say to anybody here? And we can absolutely get on another live broadcast. There are a lot of unanswered questions. I think it would be great, Saman, if you can go through and answer those after we finish.
Yeah. First, I would say that if you are a member of the classroom, please post questions, because I will make sure that these questions, the mentors answer those questions of yours. Because if you do not just ask questions, then you're not, you don't know the value of the classroom then. Because the mentors, they're eager to answer your questions, and I will make sure that your questions get to them. And the other one is, you can see that I'm having a lot of trouble with English. I do have trouble, and it's a bit, tricky to talk all the time in English. I start to stutter a bit, but this is what I want to tell all my Pakistani brothers and sisters and everyone who uh, who are actually scared of speaking in English. I was also scared of speaking in English because it's not our first language; it's like a third or second or third language. So don't be afraid to speak in English. Just don't be afraid to mess up the grammar, because this lady here, she doesn't judge me. When I mess up her first language, but she actually gives me the confidence that, okay, I know it's a bit hard, but I think that it's how when you speak in English, it will give you the confidence, and the flow will automatically come to you. Like, do not be afraid of speaking in English. Just be confident, because this is what I told Amy as well, that this is my motto. Because if you just say something in English in such confidence that the other person would also just get stunned, that, okay, she must be saying something, she must be right, I must be wrong, that you should have such confidence that the other person should just get, just surprised of what you just said. Not that kind of surprise, but, good surprise, that, okay, this is the confidence that everyone should have. So just go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. If you spend your life trying to avoid mistakes, you spend your life avoiding living. So everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes. It's normal. It's human. And I admire you all even more because you're practicing your English. I speak some Spanish, not fluently. Every time I travel somewhere, I want to learn the local language, but everyone wants to practice English with me. So it's like I just don't get the opportunity to learn a second language fluently. And that means that I admire even more what you all go through. And, it's failure, mistakes, it's all just learning. So learn. That's the point of life, right? So, I put a couple of comments up on screen. Kashish says, keep up the great efforts, Amy and Saman. You are both the example. Asif Durrani says, Amy, thanks for a good job. Anila says, this photo should be, Anila, let me answer your question. If you are a woman, this is the exception. If you are a woman and you're not comfortable putting your face on your profile, that's fine, but make sure you have some photo. If you have blank, we can't accept you. And then Asif Durrani says, keep it up. Thanks both Amy and Saman. And Ramiz, keep playing with English, my friend. And thank you all so much for being here with us. And Saman can be found in my classroom. And she's behind the scenes. Like she said, she will approve everybody who requests to join and answers all 3 questions today. So you will see her in the classroom. You can ask her questions as well. You have to move through any fear you have and have the courage to post a question in the classroom. If you don't ask the question, you'll never learn. And the 200 other people who can learn from the conversation that comes out of your question, they'll never learn either. So see yourself as a leader and ask a question, because you're also a teacher. You're not just a student. And Saman, thank you so much for everything all the time. And you and I will continue on the phone very shortly after we finish this video. But I also want to say that you've just done a really, really good job, especially the past couple of weeks, because you've been doing all these live broadcasts and stepping out of your comfort zone. And you did 2 with Ajaz Qureshi, and you did 1 in English, and then you did the same conversation pretty much again in Urdu for everyone in Pakistan. And I just want to give you a lot of credit for that, because I know it's not your comfort zone. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for teaching others that they can do it as well, and for sharing the message about being a virtual assistant. We can actually talk more about this in the classroom, and we can probably have some more videos about it. In fact, someone already knows this. I want her to be broadcasting regularly in the classroom. My original idea was she could talk about what's happening in the classroom, but maybe she also teaches about this. I don't know. But that will be figured out for another time. And in the comments, please write in the comments your thoughts about this. And if you want someone to be doing videos, tell us in the comments. All right. Thank you so much, Saman. Thank you everybody for watching and staying with us. I know this broadcast was longer than usual, but Saman's special, and she's special to my classroom, and she's special to me, and she deserves a bigger platform. So there you go. All right, everyone, have a wonderful day, and we will see you in Amy Carey's classroom. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks
Goodbye.
so much.